Welcome to the Asprey. I'm Andy Proudman and you're watching Me and My Golf TV, the best in online golf instruction.
And I'm Piers Ward, and today we're talking about how to keep the left arm straight in your backswing. Let's take charge of your game.
Okay, so we're answering more questions today, and what a day today, Piers.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Lovely, lovely morning. Although the weather is starting to change over here
Yeah,
now,
it's
starting to feel a bit more like autumn. There's a bit of dew on the ground. So it's Monday today. We probably just are just landing in California right now.
Okay.
Piers, we're not actually live here on Monday. So yeah, we're actually landing in California today and filming for 3 weeks. So make sure you check. Check us out the next few days and the next few weeks of what we're doing here.
The Take Charge Tour.
The Take Charge Tour,
Whether it'll
yes.
work or not, I don't know. But yeah, check out tomorrow because our first daily vlog will hopefully have gone up, Wi-Fi permitting.
It will. Okay, so questions from our website, meandmygolf.com, from Peter Jones saying, do you have any tips on how to keep your left arm straight in the backswing? He's really struggling to find anyone who can help him out with this. Okay. So a common thing that we see all the time, people tend to their lead arm tends to break down in their backswing, but we usually see it's for a couple of reasons, a couple of main reasons in the backswing. So we're going to go through these, and hopefully you guys are struggling with that are going to have some good information and a great drill to go through this, Piers, as well.
Absolutely.
So
I think the first thing, Andy, sorry interrupting you, the first thing is that it's allowed to bend.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be ramrod straight unless you have ultimate superb flexibility, but if there's a little bit of bend in it, it's generally okay. So we always like the phrase comfortably straight, don't we?
Yeah,
comfortably straight. So not like it's hurting, I can't do it, comfortably straight.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so I think the key thing is to understand generally why people struggle with this bent left arm, and then some of the reasons or some of the things that you guys are doing out there which makes it really tricky to get it where you want to be. So Piers, let's just go through the main things that we see, yeah?
I think the first one that we can't really do a great deal about unless we see the individual is mobility and strength as well. Have they got the mobility or the strength to do this? So anywhere really from sort of back of the left hip all the way up to the left wrist, if there's any lack of mobility there, it's difficult to get that club up there, and that's just more relaxed. When you put it there, it's like really hard work. So the best thing to do on that, go and get checked out by a fitness professional who can screen you to see whether you have the mobility to do that. So that's number one. Second thing is a kind of a physical thing, is that we see a lot of people, they want to play good golf, they're nervous on the golf course, maybe they start gripping the club really hard. Now if I grip the club really hard and then I try and get that left arm straight as I go back, it makes it very difficult. And also by gripping the club very hard, it makes it very difficult to have the mobility in the wrists, okay? So if I grip it really hard and then say, come on, let's cock the wrists, I can do it, but it's really hard. But there, if my grip is loose, then I can cock my wrists.
Okay.
So, or wrist set, whatever we want to call it. So we see, I think the biggest technical reason is the fact that these wrists don't set in the backswing. So we see people will swing back, width, Andy, they're always after width, yeah? So lots of width here, but unfortunately you can't maintain that. It's very difficult to. Someone like Tiger Woods doesn't get a load of wrist set, although he does a little bit more now, but he's got unbelievable flexibility, and he then just sort of sets his wrists a little bit later. But a lot of people don't set their wrists early enough, so what happens is they keep going, they're aware the club should go up here, and they go, I can't hold on anymore. There we go. That's a lot more comfortable than trying to keep that left arm straight.
So it's all this, it throws the sequence off, doesn't it? Because we're not really getting that club head moving. So tension there on the way back. Maybe some people do it because of this width thing, definitely do. So no wrist set then leads to something having to break down to get the club to almost to parallel to the top. And generally we see it's the left arm. So a combination of grip pressure and the wrist set really does make the difference there. But again, think about what people normally do. They say, right, I've got to keep my left arm straight. They tense everything up then, and then it makes it worse because they still can't even hinge those wrists because everything's so tight and rigid that there's no movement in there. So I think the first key,
it just gives way then.
And the first key thing is we've got to have it comfortable, relaxed. That's going to actually improve the left arm on the way back, not this sort of rigid feeling or tense feeling that we a lot of people are having.
Not work. And from this sort of positions here, you know, this bent left arm, we see all sorts of positions. You can see not a lot of wrist set there. Power is absolutely going to be a problem in that, and contact and direction. So all of it gets messed up.
So where do we want to see people in the backswing, Piers? And then do we have a drill to show them obviously give them the feeling what we want?
Again, everybody's slightly different. We said Tiger Woods cocks his wrists a little bit later, but ideally, as soon as your hands go past your thigh, we want to feel that the wrists have set. So sorry, the wrists start to set. So we can see we always use a guideline when the lead arm is parallel to the ground. It's really nice to have a 90-degree angle.
Yes.
Not imperative, but that tells me from there, with a good wrist set, that I can just continue to turn. So once I set the wrist fully, I then just turn my body, and you can see it's not a full length backswing, it's 3/4, but it's a full turn with a full set of the wrists.
Yeah.
Now I've got plenty of width there, and I've got loads of potential now to get the club back on plane with power.
Okay, so
That's where we want to be.
yeah, definitely. So that about 90 degrees sort
Yeah,
of set on
yeah.
the way back is a great thing. Now, again, if we can go through now a drill piece, simple drill that
Yeah.
they've got that they can just start to get the feeling of what those wrists should be doing, because I think the key thing is how do we wake it, or almost create that feeling in that wrist.
Wakey, wakey, absolutely. So from here, I mean, the best way is make sure the grip's good. But then from here, hands really soft, as we've stressed
Yeah.
several times here. Now, leaving my hands where they are, let's get the club up. Let's just have a few times pumping the club up in the air. Now you can see my left arm is maintaining its straightness. I'm creating a wrist cock between the shaft and the forearm. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then from there, once I've done that a few times, I can, from this position, simply turn to the top of my backswing. This is a drill very similar to what Faldo did when he first
Yeah.
changed his golf swing. He
Preset.
tried to get more wrist cock in his backswing. So from there, get used to setting the wrists up, and as Andy said, the preset drill from here, just turn your body to the top.
And that pressure in the hands there is crucial. Again, you'll notice this now, once it's made aware of how tight you're holding it, doing this drill, really feel as if you can keep it relaxed. On a scale of 1 to 10, probably about 2 or 3, as light as that, and you're going to start to create some freedom in those wrists, and you're going to find that left arm then is going to be so much easier to actually keep it straight, and it's going to feel comfortable as well, as opposed to maybe tense and too rigid.
Bad one. That's a bad one. Perfect.
Okay.
You can hit shots doing that as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely can do that.
I think you should.
All right, here we go then.
Okay, so I think key thing there, guys, remember soft hands, and you can see Piers creating that sort of hinge there, really keeping it nice and loose, and that'll enable him to just really feel he can set the club up, but that's then going to in turn just create that freedom and the comfortable left arm in the backswing without being too tense and creating too much tension.
Felt
through the
very
hands.
easy to do that, and it felt really nice actually, just getting that turn there. Yeah, it was good. I like that.
Okay, so I hope that helps there, Peter. Answers your question. Guys, post your comments down below. How's your golf going? What are you struggling with? Do you struggle with a bent left arm? Do you struggle with a sway? We'd love to hear what your problems are, and we'll do our best to answer as many questions as possible. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you check out tomorrow's video log in California. And again, we'll see you next time on Me and My Golf
Thanks for watching,
TV.
guys. That'll keep it in, but it'll also keep everything very tense around this intensity. You don't move as well. So lightly hold it in place, and then from there, feel as though you keep it in place as you move back. Now,